Welcome back, guys, to this special episode, hopefully a special series, where we're gonna tackle. I talked about CTFs a couple of episodes ago, so we thought we would actually, go deep in and go on the deep side and actually do a CTF. So what we're looking at right now is the Pico CTF 2018 website. So what we're gonna do, hopefully this is gonna be a series. We will either do one or a couple, depending on how long it'll take us for each question. Go over start to finish a problem that we haven't seen before, we haven't done before. So you can get a time estimate, how long it takes two people to do a challenge or whatever.
You get insight into our brains.
Yep.
Basically.
So you get to see the process and everything. So there are write-ups for this, I'm pretty sure. Before we get into this, I'll explain a bit of the rules or some of the nuance that there is behind a CTF. So what a CTF is, it's short for capture the flag. This is what you're looking at right now. Pico CTF is organized by CMU, Carnegie Mellon University. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So they have one almost I think every year. The good thing about this CTF is that it's a year-long CTF. I think most CTFs, they have a short time frame where you can actually complete them. This one, there was a time frame for middle school and high school students to complete, and if you did it within that time frame and you didn't you got the most points or whatever, you could get to go to CMU and you got a cash prize or whatever. But college students like us, even if we were playing during that sort of time frame, we wouldn't have gotten anything. And plus, it's an old CTF now. And I'm sure there are tons of write-ups. So if you're looking, the point of this video is not that this is a write-up for any sort of problem. And when I say write-up, I mean a solution, step-by-step solution. It's just sort of insight on what a CTF is and what you sort of do. Do you have anything to add?
No, I think that pretty much nails it. It's not I guess the way we've planned it is it's not like a tutorial on how to do something. It's kind of just an introduction to it, and maybe for people who are completely new in introduction to how to approach problems, possibly. If we're qualified to even talk about that, but
it's just a fun thing.
Get some insight into it.
Yeah. So today we're gonna tackle the Irish name repo problem. So you can read the prompt. We have to go to this link. So there's an admin page. So what it says is there's a website running at this address. Do you think you can log us in? Try to see if you can log in. And the hint says there doesn't seem to be many ways to interact with this. I wonder if the users are kept in a database. So whenever I see this type of thing, the users are kept in a database, that sort of points in the direction of an SQL injection. So what an SQL is, it's called structured query language. It's the way backend webs or servers usually handle and manipulate data in their databases. And the way they're usually SQL is coded is that you can easily inject what's called a payload or a command that does what you want, which is has bad side effects for the administrators of the website, but it gets you information, because what you do basically, there are many ways, there are different techniques to do this, but the core is that you end the command or end the send sort of command where so commands have, in programming, if you specify a variable, you have you put it in quotations, you have square brackets, or there's some sort of delimiter that marks the end and the start and end of a command. So what you insert text or input such that it tricks the back or SQL into thinking that the user's command ended, and it shifts to your command, and your command can be okay, give me every element in the table or in the database. Does that make sense? Hopefully. I'm asking you because
yeah.
So there are plenty of websites you can go to. Let's say this SQL injection payloads. And I'm sure there's a bunch here. This is preemptive. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be SQL injection, but this is my sort of I have an inkling that it's going to be SQL. So you have a username. Let's see if sort of does anything weird. Login failed. Okay. Could somehow the head and so it's a good thing to when these web exploitation things. It's a good thing to look at the source code because sometimes they might hide some stuff here that might give it away what they're doing. So we have. I think it was better if I just do view page source. Yeah. So this is Bootstrap. What they're doing here is sort of like bringing in Bootstrap like functionality into the web page. So this doesn't have that much. It doesn't help us.
It makes the web page look nicer.
It does make the web page look nicer. So it is a PHP login.php. So they are probably. I don't have much experience with PHP though.
Let's see.
But I assume it's going to be SQL injection. I'm pretty sure it's going to be SQL injection.
It doesn't seem to be too much information here.
Yeah, it's just action. So it's a post command. So it's sending data to the backend, and the action is a login.php thing. Username, blah blah blah. Okay, let's try inserting a payload, which I'm also pretty new to this, so you might laugh at me but I'm trying. Let's try. So that's a injection payload.
So could you give like a slight so this is I'm more new than you to this, right? So like give like an explanation about these different characters, right?
Okay, I think it's better to go here then. So what this is basically, you can see these quotations. So it's like select, everything from users where the username is equal to this, basically. Mm-hmm. So you have these commas and whatever to like delimit or whatever, and like think that your input is going inside here in the username, sort of like value or like the parameter, and then if you have like sort of like you comment. You make it think that the sort of like thing is already ended. You can like insert stuff after it. So like you can say, okay, this, everything after that's a comment, and after that you insert your like select all or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you end it. Right. So you do or true. So what like if I insert this into the username portion of a like a non-secure website. What it's gonna do is like it's waiting to get input in this sort of like red box. Instead of getting like valid input, it gets this whole thing, and it makes it think, okay, yeah, the username thing it's blank or true, and the thing with or operator is if any part of it. So if you have two expressions, if one expression is true, the whole expression becomes true. That's Boolean logic. So therefore, it just the whole thing becomes true, and you just select everything from the user. But the thing, I don't think this is going to be valid because it's also asking for a password. If it was just username or lookup, so that might be a thing. But let's try.
How do you think you'd approach a password then? Could you do something similar?
Like both. Unable to handle my request or whatever. I don't know why.
Did the instructions give anything else, or was it?
Doesn't seem. I wonder if there's users are kept in a database. Let's look at that. Maybe their support website has something that gives us a hint. Cannot add a name. Hi, I tried adding my favorite Irish person, but I keep getting called an SQL and SQL. Conan O'Brien is American. Can't find my parents. I think they were Irish. No. I'm just one man. Oh, these are.
Something called SQL error.
Maybe because look, the way I'm looking at this person tried to add Conan O'Brien. And somehow this backend knew that this person, he probably has a list of like famous Irish people. So, and that sort of matches it. And that might be the user.
I feel like it has something to do with these specific people, but then what would the password be?
They talked about an SQL error.
Yeah, maybe just try entering something. Try entering some famous American.
They wouldn't have that name because like think of it like logically. They can't have like a it's easier to program, you know, a list of famous Irish people than like a list of American people and Irish people. And if it's American people, you give like, it's gonna be the same like error.
No, it said that the reason that Conan O'Brien gave an error was because he was American.
Adding my favorite
okay.
Christian. People are really mean.
Try Jimmy McTrollface.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Could it be? I'm gonna keep going right there. Could this be sort of like, I'm gonna keep doing like just do page source. Okay.
Is there a way to view the JavaScript that they have written?
Yes, there is. But yeah, there is. You wage. What was it again? And inspect. Right? You go to sources. It doesn't have any JavaScript. There's template files, CSS, and.
Wait, go back to the first CSS. Oh, that's just font family.
This, yeah, I think this is yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not applicable or anything. Let's look at the source of the main page. Script to open and close sidebar. So really nothing.
How could we figure this out then?
Admin login. Username. Could it be like, you know, let me just try something. No.
What'd you put as a password?
It's just random garbage.
Try admin.
That would be so hilarious, like no joke. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be anything. Yeah. This is.
Why does it sometimes say? Oh wait, okay. Why does it sometimes say this page is not working and sometimes say login failed? Try taking out the space. Like try making it one word.
Just what?
I mean anything. You could literally make it the word what. and just a password. Okay, that says login failed. If you put in a like what space something, like put 2 words. Okay, no, never mind. I thought maybe there was because like sometimes it was giving the error that like it was giving 2 different errors. So I thought if there's a
just see, there's some like SQL stuff here going in. There because look, when I injected the payload, it just couldn't handle it. The PHP program crashed basically, or the SQL behind it. Yeah, there's something, definitely some manipulation. What if we do that there? Username. Oh, what if? Oh, I have an. His name is probably going to be admin. And what if there's a check? You know. That's like, you know, if the you know, select from users, if when it's an admin, if from admin password or whatever, where username is equal to whatever his password was. But if we inject a payload, it'll be true. No.
That was good thinking though.
Yeah. Wow, man. What if I think we added a semicolon? Is it? Yes. So what we did? Wow. So what I did. It's I forgot. Yeah, I forgot this. In SQL, it's not like Python. There are semicolons to the end of it. So like what we did, we added this, but like the PHP program's like, okay, what now? There's no semicolon or anything, and that's just a syntax error, right?
Yeah. So that's probably why it was not able to understand anything.
Yeah, yeah, because it was breaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just freaking out. Huh, that's really interesting. Okay.
So that was your first SQL injection.
Solid.
Yep. So I hope you guys learned. something. Like if you want to look into this, like to the stuff we used, it's this website over here, and I really recommend you look into ctf101.org. There are
Yeah,
lots of
this
like
website
helpful
looks good.
resources. Yeah.
It seems like yeah. It kind of in a sense like it didn't directly give us the answer, but it gave us how to do it basically.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
That was good. That tested our brains.
Yep. So this is why I like CTFs. It really pushes you to think. This is web exploitation is, I think, one of the more fun parts of a CTF. The hardest is binary exploitation, personally for me, because there's lots of like C code and like stuff like that. But we'll try and do some of those too.
Yeah, we'll try to. I think it'd be a good idea to mix it up. Try to do like
It's
a
not
different
always gonna be like
category
web
time.
exploitation.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys learn stuff, and that's sort of like the logical process you go through. You make lots of mistakes and you try to rectify them.
All right.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.